Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Awesome. Naya, thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I mean, everywhere you open up on social media, there is something going on, and it is always these people showing who they are. And sincerely speaking, these people are who they say they are. I do not make excuses for anybody anymore because when I started this nearly 3 years ago, from the beginning, I was like, maybe they are not mentally okay. I was trying to make excuses. Why? Because I felt like people can be behaving this way. But man, I learned this from you. Stop making excuses for people when they tell you who they are. Believe them. And after 2, 3 months, I know that there is no time making excuses anymore because they absolutely are very much aware of what they are doing. Because tell me how these people wake up every day to manipulate themselves. Now ask me, what is black on black crime? And I am going to ask, what is white on white? Because these people always look for a way to get into black business when it is not their business. I do not see them working hard to dismantle the system. But then I keep telling myself, why and how do you think? Do you ever think that these people would want to dismantle the system? You know what? Let's get into on the right track. They're so strong, they're bulletproof. Through every storm, they speak the truth. The family pride, they face it all. Untouchable, will never fall.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why men's mental health matters. This is why. I know y'all are thinking, how in the hell are you going to make a point about men's mental health with these two dancing with all that shit on? Well, I will tell you. They have enmeshed themselves. This young man and this old man have enmeshed themselves in the idea of Trump. Do I need to know anything else about these people? Do I ever need to know anything else about them? No, I don't. Because all they are is in that. They're wearing both of them are wearing two head to toe Trump outfits. The older guy is wearing Crocs, because of course he is. The young man is wearing socks, probably because somebody already pissed all over his Crocs, whatever. When you subvert all that you are to live in idolatry of a man, there's something mentally wrong. We all do it. We all do it. We all do it. Whether it's looking at the Navy SEALs, the Delta Force, the Green Berets, the Rangers, and seeing yourself in them, or identifying with a television character or a movie character. John Wayne was good at this. John Wayne might have been patient zero for this. The guns are never on the Green Berets. The time he played Mongol. And people see themselves, I'm like John Wayne, I got my 6-shooter John Wayne. We all do it. I do it. My absolute 100%, if you ask me today, favorite comic book character of all time is Bishop from the X-Men. So much so, and my wife will tell you this, Miss Villain will tell you this. At one point, when I was getting my tattoos and shit, I was going to get a large ass M over my right eye, or my left eye, excuse me. And my wife said, I will divorce you. It's the reason I don't have it now. I told her if I won an Oscar, would she let me have it? She still said no. So I do it too. I'm not sitting there trying to make it look like I'm above the fray. No, I do it too. identifying with the feats, the athletic feats of men on a basketball court, on a baseball diamond, on a football field. That's why y'all wear their jerseys. You identify with a team full of men that go out and do shit. We do it with wrestlers, professional wrestlers. I modeled a whole lot of the person that you see in front of this camera on Triple H the Game, not Hunter Hearst Helmsley. No, start game, time to play the game. But we also know there has to be something inside of us rather than projecting all of it into the person we want to be. It's true. It's true. When you are cosplaying your favorite person, you don't have time to deal with your own shit. You're going to deal with it the way he does it. I'll never forget one of my favorite episodes of The Sopranos, where Tony was talking to Dr. Melfi, and he was saying, whatever happened to the Gary Cooper type, the strong, silent type? He did what he had to do. He was an actor. An actor. Which is funny because a lot of people model themselves after Tony Soprano, who was a character that was acted out by an actor. Tony Soprano was this, James Gandolfini was this. You see how that works? We enmesh ourselves in these things, and we lose ourselves when we do. We do. We do. There are men walking around here right now with Trump tattoos. I mean, for the love of fucking sake, Pe0ple would not have a personality whatsoever if it was not for Donald Trump. There would be nothing. Pe0ple would be working at a Kinko's or Office Max if Trump had not just arisen. He literally would be Pe0ple, the guy that's making your copies. And what do you think that does to us mentally? As men, what do you think that does to us mentally? When we project everything into a person. Now, it's easy to do. They have the money, the good looks, some of them, the charisma, the influence, the cars, the pretty women, the mansions. And I could see myself. No, you can't. No, you can't. You're barely trying to hold on as it is right now, working 40 and 50 hours a week at a job that doesn't even pay you enough to call yourself a working class person. That insidiousness gets into your mind. Sometimes you have to separate fantasy from reality and look at yourself deeply on the inside. Now, this old ass man, who probably had an entire life before Trump came along, has now completely just immersed himself in Trumpism. And what is he doing? I'm pretty sure either that's his son or grandson, spreading it to the next generation. Do you see how insidious that is? Whether it's love of Trump or love of the gangster pimp person, it's all the fucking same. It's all the same. It ain't even hero worship at this point. We're not even talking about a level of hero worship. We're talking about a person literally giving everything about themselves to an idea that they see on a screen, or they hear the music, or whatever. We got to stop this. This is not a healthy way to live. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. There's no healthy way to live with that. None. You cannot do that and live a healthy life because it's not going to afford you doing so. It's not. Like I said, if we're going to have a true and honest men's mental health month, then we got to start with the basics. And the basics is this. Some of y'all are walking around with a false sense of what you think masculinity is. It's not the screen. It's not the movie theater. It's not the comic book. It's not the wrestling ring. And it damn sure isn't a politician. It isn't. Reality is still reality no matter what you try to hide from. Some of y'all just need to be honest with yourself.
Oh, liberals and black people just assume that all white people like me are racist, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and they are absolutely right to do that. Do you want to know why? Because a white person will see the color of my skin as another white person and immediately assume that I am a safe spot for casual racist commentary. My roommate had an Uber driver yesterday that he's had a handful of times. But yesterday, on this particular drive back to our house, this Uber driver started making casually racist comments about police brutality being warranted against the black community. To be clear, that is racism. And mind you, this man has no interest in reading books about political policy within the past 60 years. He has no interest in learning about statistics. He has no interest in learning about systemic racism or systemic issues in general. He has no interest in doing that. He has no interest in learning about how enslaved people were supposed to receive reparations. And I believe it was Andrew Johnson that said we were going to do that, but now we're not going to. And then came Jim Crow and black code laws. He has no idea that a white man with a criminal record is like 10 times more likely to get a callback interview than a black man without a criminal record. Most white people do not care to learn. And so they say racist shit in front of other white people because they assume that our skin color is a safe space for casual racism, not realizing that the government has created the conditions of poverty in which black people live in. That the government has created the conditions in which black people are funneled in and out of the prison system like a revolving door. Most liberals and leftists and black people might think that most white people are racist, and that is completely warranted because most white people will see another white person and feel immediately comfortable spouting casually racist comments as if they're going to get immediate approval for those comments.
Oh, so now you're throwing black on black crime at me like that's some gotcha. That phrase is a racist dog whistle soaked in centuries of white supremacy. You don't give a damn about black lives. You're just looking for a scapegoat to justify state murder. Let me hit you with a reality check. Crime happens close to home. White folks kill white folks at nearly the exact same rate, but you ain't out here crying about white on white crime, are you? Nah, because it was never about crime, was it? It's about control, blame, and deflection. It is May, man. Barely 5 months in and cops already smoked 1,100 people. Let that cook. 1,100 dead, murdered, executed by the state, and last year 1,300 total. So we're on pace to blow past that. You hear that? America's finest are gunning down citizens at the speed of a damn war zone. This ain't law enforcement. It's a blood-soaked death cult with badges. Police ain't here to serve and protect. They're here to punish and suppress. They're the blunt force arm of a fascist capitalist death machine that thrives on broken backs and dead bodies. They protect landlords, CEOs, and white power. They enforce poverty, evict families, and shoot first, lie later. And you want to talk black on black? Miss me with that bullshit. Assata Shakur said it straight. Nobody in the world, nobody in history has ever gotten their freedom by appealing to the moral sense of the people who were oppressing them. So don't talk to me about respect or civility. Cops don't need more respect. They need to be disarmed and dismantled. This ain't about safety, it's about survival. And if you can't see that, you're a part of the damn problem.
Things are only expensive and you only want to become a millionaire or a billionaire because white supremacy has priced you out of life, and that's the point of it, to price you out. Not specifically, it's just that white supremacy is born out of idiocy, stupidity, ignorance, and de-education. So they will kill you in order to make life, the same way they will go to war to have peace. They will be in peace, and to keep their peace, they will go to war, because if they go to war, no one will bring war to them. Do you see how stupid that is? That's how it operates on all levels, top to bottom. You don't want to be a millionaire. You don't want to be a billionaire. Do you know what those things are? Just zeros. Money's not real. You just want to be able to eat, experience the life that you want to experience, your particular brand of luxury, which doesn't cost an exorbitant amount of money. It doesn't. It just costs your soul if you live in white supremacy and you operate under white supremacy. Just because you live in America does not mean you need to operate within or under white supremacy. It is a choice. It may not seem like it because you're heavily invested in it, but once you divest, then you realize how easy it is not to live in those things and how much better your life becomes. I'm telling you that from like a lifetime of experience, being raised outside of it, also having participated in it. I mavericked my way in, made a nice little chunk of money, but honestly, I was cut 3,000 different ways out of my own slice of pie that I created because of white supremacy, and everyone else just stood there staring dumbfounded and confused when I didn't allow them to do just that. I would rather walk away than let anybody have a slice of my motherfucking pie because they just want it. They didn't know. Most people don't know that they're operating within white supremacy or that they're being stupid. Stupidity doesn't know itself. Intelligence knows when it's being stupid. Stupid just thinks it's smart. So when I tell you you don't need an exorbitant amount of funds, you don't need all of this stuff, you just need to know who you are, what do you want in the world, and have the bravery to go out and get it. That's it. Is that tricky? Does that require you to live a life? Yes, that requires an awful lot of energy. So if white supremacy is sucking the energy out of you bone fucking dry, you don't have the energy to live the very happy, joyful quest that is your life. Going on a quest takes work. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But you're slaving away right now, and that's why you don't have the energy to go on the quest. That takes work, but you'll enjoy. So think about that. Next time you think you want to be a millionaire, money will solve things. No, it won't. Your freedom will.
This is all I got from this video. And white supremacy, it's really serious these days. Like, it shows everywhere. Racism is all over. Sincerely speaking, I mean, sometimes I can't even catch my breath. And I am asking, how are you people feeling? How are you faring? Because since this man came into power, there's been so many things going on. From one story to another. But it is what it is. I really do not know how. I feel like people that are standing that still support this particular administration must really be mentally unstable, because there is nothing great about this particular administration so far. I mean, it's been very chaotic, and people at the same time are not helping, especially these people. But then, one thing I have learned from my people so far is that this is who they've been, right? Anything you are saying at this point in time is extra. This is also them telling you this is who we've been all these years. This is who we are, and nothing is changing it. It probably takes I think this person that just came into power reactivated a whole lot. Because tell me how you go on, let me tell us something. Everything going on social media are the things that happened real life, right? People pick them up and then tell the story on social media. So are they happening? They are 100% happening. It is not like somebody is acting it up or somebody is probably trying to make it up. This is no longer a make-up something because it's all on Black people's faces. It's all over. It's glaring. You can't even do anything anymore without even like you are turning left. It is racism. You're turning left. Racism all over. And I keep asking, so how do you think these people will help you dismantle the system? When you say anything, they pull stereotypes on you. Black on black, this. What the hell is black on black crime? Have you ever sat down and asked yourself, white on white crime? Have you ever? Black people can't do anything white, black. They can't live, they can't exist, they can't breathe. Like, why would they breathe? Why would they live? You can, the same people you can't do without. Like, I just do not get it. Because tell me how you wake up every day to someone else's name in your mouth. That tells a whole lot. But this is what we've seen. Just look at young man and old man. Maybe it's father and son wearing match to terrorize themselves. You think they don't know what they are doing? These people knew what they were doing right from the onset, because I am no longer making excuses for anybody. When they tell you who they are, it's either you believe them. If you do not believe in that, it's your problem. You will eventually see why you have to believe them. Because at some point, when I started talking about this, at some point I was like, maybe something is wrong somewhere. Or maybe they are not okay. But no, they are okay. They know what they are doing. This is who they are. Bye for now.